Here we are in the Round the Campus podcast. Now, we did this last week, but unfortunately, we ran into a little bit of problems and we didn't get the video side of things. We got the audio side of things, but not the video. So now here we are. We're going to try and recreate this. We have Ola in the studio.
Hey.
How you doing today?
Hi, I'm good.
Yeah, all going well?
Yeah, how are you?
Things are going good. Can't complain. How are things going with the movie editing?
It's going pretty good. I'm more confident now in my editing skills. When I started, I had zero knowledge of how to go about things. But right now, I'm not going to say I'm perfect, but I'm more confident in my editing skills.
Well, that's good. So you are a student in our film program, and so now you've gone through pretty much the experience of screenwriting. You've learned how to operate the equipment. You have done some lighting, and you've gone into casting and then into pre-production. So kind of talk about each of those components, So let's kick it off with screenwriting. How did that go?
Okay, so with screenwriting, I would say I've had previous experience, not experience, but previous education on
some training
in screenwriting, but I wasn't quite there. I would just call that like introductory to screenwriting, but the knowledge I got from here, from Michael, is just mind-blowing. I was discussing with Paris the other day, one of my classmates, and then we were both talking about Michael and how, even though he is also a student of scriptwriting somewhere else, we both described how
he took the program here.
Yeah, he took the program here, and then he described how beautiful and different Michael's style of training is. It's like teaching a child how to use a spoon,
right,
to feed itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's step by step, it's little by little. So he takes you through every step. You don't have a choice but to understand what you're doing.
Right.
And then when you start the process of the script writing, he helps you to dig deep into your creative skills or whatever creativity you may have in there.
Yeah.
And then he gets it out of you. I mean, it's just a very intensive and beautiful system that you guys have here, especially for the script writing. So that is really good.
So when you were talking to Paris, which you didn't have a chance to do before the last time we were on this, before I screwed up, but now you've had a chance to talk to him. Now you both went to other schools for film and film production. So talk about on the screenwriting side, how it differed from your other experience in the other schooling that you had.
Yeah, so the experience that I had before, because before I went into the other school, I had zero knowledge of how to do anything, zero knowledge on what to use, how to go about it and everything. So for the first time, I was still very confused, because I wouldn't say I gained so much knowledge, probably because it was introduction to it. I don't know, but the difference between then and now is that now I can really sit down. And right now, I'm on a third script that I'm writing right now.
Wow.
Before, I couldn't boast of even writing one. So that's the difference. So it's the confidence that I have now to dig deep down and to bring something out. Even no matter how little, I just come up with something and then put it together.
Right.
Yeah. So
and what did Paris say about his difference? Because I know he went to a different type of film school.
Yeah. So he's like more, Paris, I would say more, he's been more exposed to script writing way better than I have. But the difference, that if I can remember him correctly, is that there is just about getting it done. Right. Getting things done. But Michael's is more on the realistic side. Right. Okay, because we are trying to get the movie done in a reality sense. So not just about your creativity alone, but about how to get it out, how to, when you're on the film set, when you're trying to get the movie done, the things that you have to put in perspective in getting it on the script. Right. Because when the actors are reading your script, they have to understand what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? Right. When the, movie crews are reading your script, they have to know what you're trying to say. So it's more of in-depth, more of realistic. Yeah, and
kind of like an instruction to what everything is. Yeah.
So it's more intensive. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then with your other experience and camera work and working the lightings, what's the difference there?
Well, in lighting, I really didn't know much about that before. I knew the theoretical aspects, but here it's like you're learning theoretically and you're also practicing what you're learning. So that is the beauty of this place. You know, the experience that you have here in a couple of months is an experience you will get in other places for years. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you combine three years program, you combine into just a couple of months, that's what you're getting here. So I would say it's nice because you can see what you're learning, you can practice what you're learning, you're putting everything together, and then it makes more sense. So that's how I see it.
And you get to go from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know, so you get to build everything all the way along the line.
And then one of the things that I really enjoyed was the casting call. Mm-hmm. Because you get to do the casting, you get to put the ads out, you get to see the actors come in and audition. Yeah. And then you can pick, you know, what actors you want for your so it's really cool.
Yeah, and I've heard that from other students too. They'll say it's kind of an emotional feeling because for the first time you're hearing somebody talk back the lines that you've written. I know one student from one of the classes actually started to tear up because it was very emotional to start hearing somebody recite something you've written. Yeah. And you start to see the vision of everything starting to come together, you know? Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
It's very cool. Very cool. It's an emotional process because, you know, when you're something that you've written and someone comes in and says they're auditioning for, you know, something that you wrote down. Yeah. And then they compliment you about what you've done and, you know, your work that it's kind of like, you know, encourages you to want to do more and do better. So I think the school is, the program is a very beautiful and wonderful program. So it's really good.
So talk about the shooting aspect and the pre-production and getting into securing your locations and, you know, the help you either got from the school or, you know, the help from the people or, you know, your actors.
I would definitely say when it comes to pre-production, I wouldn't want to use the word I was useless, but I would say I really had no idea what I was going to do. You were the one, and you know, and a host of other people that helped me in my confused states. You actually helped me to put things together, you and Bob. Yeah. And getting locations and things like that. I really had no word to use. You know, and then...
But you can look at it that as like a learning experience. Yeah. So I think now you've gotten to the point where you can say, all right, now I'm going to go and I'm on my second and third script. So if I go shoot somewhere, I know how to secure my...
Yeah, I know how to secure this. I know how to secure that. Yeah. So, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Because, you know, you see, you like when we were doing the traveling scenes, we went through different processes of how to make it come alive, and then we ended up, you know, eventually getting it done, and it came out. At least I'm editing it right now, and it's came out beautifully on the film. Yeah. So I think what I like about this experience is that I'm able to envision something, and then when I'm putting it out, and I'm like, oh my God, how is this going to happen? How are we going to put this together? Even with the officer scene, you know, we got everything. Everything, you know, matched up, and it's just a beautiful experience, I would say. Yeah. I can boldly call myself a filmmaker now. Yeah. I couldn't do that before.
Well, it's funny because even Michael, I don't know if he said this at the orientation for you, but he says today, which was the first day, which was actually before the first day because we don't do orientation during the class, but he said, today you can call yourself filmmakers. If somebody says, what do? You call yourself a filmmaker.
Yeah. I would call myself. I would say, I'm into filmmaking and it. But now I say it with confidence. I'm a filmmaker. Yeah. And I can show my work and, you know, say, okay, this is what I've done and all that. So
yeah. And you're looking forward to your next video that you're going to do?
Definitely.
And how's the relationships that you built here, both with students, actors that you've worked with, and things like that? How has that grown to, you know, like, do you feel a camaraderie and family here?
Exactly. That is exactly how it feels. When you start, you know, you're just checking each other out. Yeah. You're still, you know, looking at each other like okay.
All right. What are all these people? Who are these guys?
Yeah. Okay. Who are these people? But, you know, it's a very comfortable place to be. It's a very comforting situation. Everybody, because the work we're doing, we're all doing it together.
Right.
So we have no choice but to integrate and be I would call it a family, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I would call the environment. So it's like family. I'm free to express myself. I'm free to say what I'm directing my film. I can say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. And everyone listens to you. So, and then we communicate even outside of the filmmaking or class and everything, we communicate. So it's very good. And then with the actors, I would say I've formed some really good friendships. Yeah. With the people that acted in my film. Yeah. You're talking about Janare, you're talking about Jennifer, or even James. Right. These are really good actors and really good people, so I formed a very, very nice
I always look forward to seeing what the final product is going to be. I don't spend time reading the scripts because I don't want to know too much about them, because the way I work is I'll watch the film and then I'll go back and read the script and see how the script compares to what I actually saw, and that's kind of the way I do it.
Yeah, that's good.
And so I feel bad because sometimes on the shoots, I feel like I'm lost because I know Bob goes in and he'll read the script and he knows what's going on. So sometimes I might give some input, but it's not quite correct because I don't have the vision of what you've already written down.
Yeah, but I wouldn't see it like that, because even when you've not read the script, you're still able to translate it, because you're able to help out a lot and some of the confusions that we had in shooting some of the parts. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that. I would say yes, even though you may not have read the script. Like Nathan too would tell me that I didn't read your script. Yeah. But if I'm telling him, okay, this is what I want, he's able to translate, okay, this is how we're going to get it done. So, right. Yeah. So I think.
Yeah. And Daniel and Nathan were from another class and came to help this class. So that was nice too.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Nathan and Daniel, they're so dedicated. In fact, every time anyone is shooting, they are there. They never miss a day. So it's just very cool.
Yeah. No, that's very nice.
Very nice of them.
So
from different classes, I'm sorry, it's coach.
Oh, no, that's right.
From different classes, from different levels of students, it's like everybody work together as one. Yeah. It's like the school integrates the students to work together as a family. Right. That's what I see here. Because I've met a couple of other students that didn't even work on
your project.
Yes, on my project, but
they're in the school editing, so I think you had Dylan and Liz and Benicio.
Yeah,
and those
so
guys.
we're able to, at least talk and communicate, which is really good.
Yeah.
And then you can come into the school anytime, even after you're done.
Well, hopefully you're going to come back and work on some other people's films.
Definitely, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
So you get more experience. Yeah. And it's that second time around. It's like, you talked about the confusion of securing your locations, not feeling secure in that. And now if you had to do it again, you would feel secure in it. I would feel just secure, like Daniel, when Daniel first shot, the first time he ever shot anything, he forgot to hit record. And so basically the whole scene that we thought we were recording and he was the camera operator, we didn't get. Now he'll never have that problem again. Yeah. But he's been back to work on so many people's films and projects. Yeah. And he says each time he does it, he just learns that much more, So I think it's one of the kind of the cool things that some of the students are doing, coming back and working on this. So what's your thoughts of, so you talked about Michael. Mm-hmm. I guess I was an instructor in your class, and so you kind of talked about me. How about Bob, and how has it been working with him? He's kind of our directing, casting, putting it all together type instructor.
Yeah. So, okay. Everybody I have different names that I give to everybody. I call you the glue. Yeah. That put the things together, put everything together. Then I call Michael the man that brings out the beast in you. Yeah. And then I call Bob. Okay. Bob is like just an amazing, wonderful person, because the way Bob works is like, I don't want to use the wrong word. I don't want to use a word that means other things. I would just call Bob an engineer that brings you together to function the right way you're supposed to function. Right. He's going to teach you not just the things you need as a filmmaker. He's going to it connects even the actors to opportunities outside of the school.
Right.
Like actors that come into audition, he will tell them there's an opportunity here, because I've seen it myself.
Oh, yeah.
Done it numerous times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's advised me on how to go about being an actress, because, my daughter wants to be an actress.
Mm-hmm.
So he's advised me on how to go about that. So besides the fact that he's teaching you in school, he's also teaching you some things that are outside of the school environment. So
yeah.
I just feel like Bob is a blessing to the school.
Yeah.
Not just because of how he teaches, but how he goes about handling each person's film. He takes it really seriously. He's like a perfectionist. He tries to make everything work out well, because when we're shooting and something that doesn't work right, for the sake of continuity, he says, okay, let's do that again, take it again, do that again.
Right.
He tells you, he explains to you why this should be like this, why this light should be like this, why that should be like that. So I just feel like I'll just call him a blessing. That's what Bob is. So that's how I describe everybody.
So in closing, how would you, if somebody were to say to you, hey, I'm thinking about a film school, what's a good film school? Now, you've had the opportunity to go to a couple of them. So what would you say to somebody?
It's a no-brainer. Just go to CSB Media Arts Center. Finish. Period. Full stop. There's nothing else to say. Because like I always tell people, the first time I came here, the first day, okay, we did introduction and everything. By the second time that I got here, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I took this opportunity, because I found the school by chance.
Right.
Yeah. So I was trying to get what is it called? Script writing tool online. And then I found the school. I was like, oh, really? This school exists in Connecticut? I was surprised. I said, okay, let me just give them a call. And then I came in, you guys did the walkthrough and everything.
Right.
And then I was able to, okay, let me just start. But once I started the script writing class, because those were my main aim, learning about script writing and then editing, getting, more confident in that area. And I would say that, yes, I was able to achieve my aim and more, So if anyone is trying to come into the school, don't even think, just sign up, because there's no regret here.
Yeah.
There's no regret. All you get is more than what you planned for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Yeah.
Well, that's great. It's good to hear, and thank you very much. And look forward to the final production for your piece.
And thank you too for making it such a very nice and warm environment to learn.
Oh well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
Because if it's somewhere that is like uncomfortable, obviously it won't be a good experience for anyone.
Right.
So I think it's an equal opportunity and comfortable opportunity for everyone, regardless of who you are or where you come from or whatever. Yeah. So.
Well, that's great. And it's very nice to hear. And thank you very much. And, I think what it all comes down to, and I'm one who's extremely passionate. Bob is passionate. Yes, Michael is passionate. Yeah. And, so when it comes to media, when it comes to production, when it comes to all of this environment, it's what I love. So to be able to be a part of it and give back and watch people grow in it, it's very, rewarding to me, so it's good.
It shows, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with us and doing it again. And hopefully it looks like everything's kind of come out. I keep looking over there to see if we're there, and we are. So I think this time it all worked out fine. So thank you for being on the podcast Around the Campus.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing your final film production.
Yes. Look forward to it. It's going to be beautiful.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye.